Both hearts to the vein. I just checked in my live for yesterday and I talked for 42 minutes, but it only recorded 7. So all that practice didn't record. But the point of this is to learn. Doesn't matter about the video. Anyways, let's review what we learned yesterday. Alcanzado, achieved, armaneava, stored, desaparecida, missing, pastas, folders, rótulos, labels, pisco, blinked, excessao, exception, heter, retain, arrependimento, repentance, travou, it locked, pesquiso, searched, Tando, writing, ensayos, essays, vespera, eve, oculto, hidden, reinseriu, resurrected, fluxo, flow, vilarejo, villages, trechos, excerpts, surrado, shabby, sublinhada, underlined. Yep. Let's learn some more words. Ask ChatGPT for the He kind of gave us a similar story as before. So we'll do this, and then tomorrow, Jesus, so long. We'll do a different one. Okay, let's share. I'm so upset about my video yesterday. I hope this one doesn't get cut short. All right. O Museu das Cores Prohibidas, Museum of Forbidden Colors. All right, I think this is going to be a dumb one, but we're here for the words. That's what we're here. No ano de 2189, após a terceira reforma cognitiva, a percepção visual da humanidade havia sido ajustada. A ciência descobrira que certos espectros de cor ativavam emoções consideradas perigosas. Melancolia profunda, saudade paralisante, esperança sem base. Assim, o governo instaurou a regulamentação sensorial primária, proibindo oficialmente 7 cores do espectro visual. Cores que não possuíam nome, mas que os antigos artistas chamavam de tons da alma. Okay, in the year 2189, I should know this word. Após a terceira reforma cognitiva, the third cognitive reform, the visual perception of humanity had been adjusted. Humanity's visual perception of it. Science discovered that certain specters of color achieve emotions considered dangerous, deep melancholy, paralyzing health, and esperanzasing base. Should know these words. Baseless hope. Espero. I hope. It's so silly. I just need to think about it, and then I'll get it. Okay, so let's see if I was close. Certain color spectrums activated emotions considered dangerous, deep, melancholy, paralyzing, longing, baseless hope. This way, due to this, the government established. That's a good one. Primary sensorial regulation. Sensory regulation. Prohibited officially 7 colors of the visual spectrum. Officially banning 7 colors from the visuals. This is a weird story. Well, it's a computer, so it's AI. Colors that can't have a name, but have ancient artists call tons of the soul. This is kind of a confusing sentence. Colors that had a name, but which ancient artist called soul tones. As pessoas já não lembravam desses cores, seus olhos adaptados por filtros neuroópticos simplesmente não as viam. Com o tempo, o mundo ficou mais seguro, mas também silenciosamente mais vazio. The people just don't remember these colors. People no longer remember these colors. Their eyes adapted for neural-optic filters simply are not seen. Their eyes adapted by neural-optic filters simply did not see them. And with time, the world became more safe, but also silent and empty. Emptier. Also emptier. Over the time, the web became safer, but also quietly emptier. Numa cidade fria e organizada chamada Nova Nuvem, vivia Elias, restaurador de arte digital. Ele trabalhava no Museu Nacional de Imagens Nutras, onde quadros antigos eram ajustados para remover traços emocionais desestabilizadores. Seu trabalho era apagar sutilezas, atenuar o brilho de pôr do sol, converter lágrimas em sorrisos sutis, desfocar olhares que transmitem intensidade incômoda. Okay, there's a whole bunch of words I never learned. In a city cold and organized called New Light lived Elias, a restorer of digital art. A cold and organized city called New Light, a digital art restorer. He worked in the Museum of National Neutral Images. Ugh. Maybe ChatGPT isn't such a good idea because these sentences make no sense. He worked at the National Museum of Neutral Images, where ancient squares were adjusted for removing traços. Did I learn that before? I don't traços. I don't know this word. Traits. Did not learn that word, that's for sure. For removing emotional destabilizers. The hell? Where old frames were adjusted to remove destabilizing emotional traits. His work was turned off sutilizes. I don't understand. His job was to erase what the hell is that word? Subtilize. Okay, I don't know what that means. Something the light of the sunrise. Maybe if I put this whole sentence together, it makes sense. To tone down the glow of the sun. Attenuar. Mitigate. Convert tears and something smiles. Subtle smiles. Sweeties. Desfocar. Blur. Alright, maybe this is a good story because I've never heard of any of these ones before. Blur looks that transmit intense emotion. Blur glances that convey intensity uncomfortable. Let's write both of those down. Ele fazia isso com precisão cirúrgica. Mas uma noite, ao digitalizar uma tela de ator desconhecido, Elias percebeu algo estranho, uma falha, uma borda que tremulizia levemente, como se estivesse viva. Ele aumentou o zoom e viu uma cor que não conhecia. Wanna be with me? He did this with surgical precision. That was exactly right. But one night, the digitalizer to digitalize a teleauthor unknown. With when scanning a screen of unknown author. A lot of good words there. Elias seemed Elias, the way it's stated is weird. Let's look at it. Elias noticed something strange. Aphalia? Failure. Aphalia. A board that. Jesus, these words are crazy. An edge that shimmered slightly. There's a lot of good words here. that I've never heard before. Like it was alive. He adjusted the zoom and saw a color that was unknown. Was not known. That wasn't known. Let's color he didn't recognize. Não era vermelho, nem azul, nem violeta. Era algo que causava uma contração no peito e uma sensação agridoce atrás dos olhos, como se uma lembrança estivesse prestes a emergir, algo impossível. Nos dias seguintes, Elias voltou à mesma imagem. Cada vez que olhava, a cor se espalhava um pouco mais, invadindo cantos, contornos, sombras. Ele começou a sonhar com lugares que não lembrava ter visto. Uma estação de trem antiga, campo de trigo ao entardecer, uma mulher de cabelos escuros sorrindo sob chuva morna. It wasn't red, nor blue, nor violet. It was some that caused a contraction of the chest and a sensation agridoce under the eyes. Behind the eyes. Like if a memory was emerging, about to emerge, prestes a emergir. Something impossible. In the following days, Elias returned to the same image. Each time that he looked, a color espaliava. A color spread itself a little more, invadindo cantos. Invading corners. Invadindo cantos, contornos, contours. No idea what that means. Sombras, shadows. He started to dream with places that he didn't remember having seen. Is that right? A season of Trem and Chiga. Let's just translate that whole sentence. He began to dream of places he didn't remember seeing, an old train station. Oh, whoops. A field of trigo al entardecer, wheat at dusk. Trigo entardecer. A woman of dark hair smiled under Morna, Shuva Morna. A dark-haired woman smiling under warm rain. Desesperado por entender, Elias rastreó a origem do quadro até nome antigo e quase esquecido, Ava Soren, artista desaparecida logo após a reforma cognitiva. Vasculhou arquivos criptografados, atravessou firewalls como labirintos até encontrar manifesto oculto que dizia: as cores que removem são as janelas que mantêm a alma viva. Aquilo que não querem que vejamos e o que nos tornaria inteiros. E mais abaixo, como sussurro digital, o Museu das Cores Proibidas ainda existe. Desperate to understand, Elias Hestrero tracked Hestreo, the origin of the corner what the heck's going on here? Oh, the painting. Quadro. Is it right then? Until the ancient name is and almost until a ancient name and almost forgotten. To an old and almost forgotten name. Ava Soren, an artist, disappeared later before the cognitive reformation. Artist disappeared shortly after the cognitive reform. Vasculio he searched cryptograph archives encrypted files, crossed firewalls like labyrinths, crossed firewalls like mazes until finding a manifest to Eve that said, I'm confused. Until finding a hidden manifest that said. Oh, shoot. The colors that were removed are the windows that maintain the living soul. The colors that remove are the windows that keep the soul alive. That doesn't want we see them is the Nosternalia. I don't understand this sentence. What they don't want us to see is what would make us whole. And more beneath, like a digital whisper, the Museum of Prohibited Colors still exists. And further down, like a digital whisper. Okay. Seguindo coordenadas escondidas, Elias foi até o subterrâneo abandonado da cidade velha. Lá encontrou uma porta sem fechadura, com uma pintura pálida no centro. Olho entreaberto. Ao tocá-la, a porta se dissolveu em luz. Following hidden coordinates, Elias went until the subterranean, which is a different word. No, I didn't write it down. Did I write it down? Whatever. Subterranean, abandoned of the old city. Went underground. Went to the abandoned underground of the old city. Yeah. There, he found a door without a lock, with a plaid painting. Darn it. Go away. The pale painting in the center. An eye halfway open. Was I right about that? ajar, and touched it. To touch it, the door dissolved in light, with a pale painting in the center, a half-open eye. When he touched it, the door dissolved into light. Dentro o tempo parecia suspenso, quadros vibravam com tons que fugiam à linguagem. Havia esculturas que pareciam mudar de forma com o rumor de quem as olhava. Vitral imita sons baixos e graves, como se falasse com o coração. Inside, time seemed suspended. Vibrating frames. Pictures vibrated with tons that understand. Paintings vibrated with tongues that escaped language. Fujian. There were sculptures that seemed to change the form with the mood of who was looking. Oh, interesting. Is that right? The vitral emitia, a stained glass. Interesting. Vitral emitted sons baixos e graves. Low sounds, low and bass. Sons graves. Like feeling it with the heart, as if speaking from the heart. E no centro sobre pedestal de vidro estava o último óleo não modificado, artefato lendário que, segundo os registros, havia pertencido a uma criança que nascera com imunidade aos filtros cognitivos. Com ele veria o mundo como ele era antes do controle. And in the middle, about a pedestal of vidro. Vidro is glass. Oops. I knew that one. On a glass pedestal was the ultimate look, not modified. The last unmodified look, modified eye. An artifact, legendary artifact that followed the registers. According to the records, there it belonged to a child that Naseda was born with immunity to cognitive filters. With him, Elias Vadia the world like he was before the control. Elias would see the world as it was before control. Sem hesitar, aproximou-se ao artefato, se dissolveu em sua mão. Nem mesma hora cores inundaram sua visão. A cidade acima, fria e acinzentada, se revelou vibrante, mas melancólica. Ele viu tristeza nas ruas, sim, mas também compaixão, desejo, ternura, contradição, a vida, enfim. Without hesitating, approached it. It's probably wrong. Yeah, he approached. The artifact dissolved in his hand. In the same hour, at the same time, colors inundatum flooded his vision. The city above, acima, cold and acinzentada, grayish. Revealed vibrant, turned out to be vibrant but melancholic-ish. No, melancholic. He saw sadness in the streets, yes, but also compassion, energy, contradiction, the life in full. So saw compassion, desire, tenderness, contradiction. Ternura, life in short. Elias nunca mais voltou ao museu oficial. Dizem que hoje ele vive nas bordas de Nova Lumen, restaurando obras esquecidas e distribuindo-as em segredo para quem ainda sabe sentir. As autoridades afirmam que ele foi corrompido por ilusões ópticas, mas outros a chamam de despertador. He never returned to the official museum. Elias never returned to the official museum. Said that today he lives in the borders of the new city, the new light. Restoring Umbra shadow, forgotten shadows, and distributing them in secret for who still knows to feel. Restoring forgotten works and distributing them in secret for who knows to those who still know. The authorities affirmed that he was corrupted corrupted by optical illusions, but others called him rebel or a renegade, non-clock swell. E uma nova geração de jovens começa a buscar cores que não podem descrever. Alguns juram já ter visto por um instante apenas reflexão estranho em uma poça ou em uma janela ao pôr do sol, como se o mundo real estivesse tentando voltar. And a new generation of young people started to search colors, started to find colors that they could not discover. Started to search for colors they could not, looking for colors that cannot be described. Some swear to have seen they've seen it for an instant, for just an instant. A strange reflection in a posa, in a puddle, or in a window where the sunrise, or a window to the sunrise, window at sunset, like the real world was trying to return, as if the Okay, that was a pretty good one. I learned a lot of words that I don't know. So let's put them in here. Esperanza is hope. Instaro, established. Traços, strokes. Atenuar. I spell it right? Attenuate. Mitigate. Sutis. Settle. Desfocar. Blur. Transmission. Transmitted. Incomoda. Bothers. Surgical. Digitalizar. Scan. Tela is screen. Autor is actor, author. Falha, failure. Border, edge. Tram, Elzia. I swear, it's like the same word over and over again. Flickered. I'm gonna say troubled. Agridoce, bittersweet. prestes about emergir, invadindo, invading, cantos, corners. There's a lot of words for corners. Trigos, wheat, and tardecer, dusk. Morna, warm. Didn't know that word. Estreo, tract. Cuadro, frame. Vasculho, I scour. Interesting. Laberinthos. You should all watch Pan's Labyrinth. It's a really good movie. Tornaria would become fled. Vitro, stained glass. Songs, sounds, graphs, vidro, glass. Acinzentada, grayish. Ternura, tenderness. All right, thanks for joining me again today. I hit 53 minutes, so I'm going to be upset if this doesn't get recorded because I want to look back at this one day and see my progress, and I'm going to be upset with YouTube if they remove 80% of this video. So, see you tomorrow. Até a próxima.